what is today brought to us by? That's the real question.
I think today's
Is today brought to us by Starbucks or?
No, you can't say that, dude. You can't just pretend that Starbucks is sponsoring this. That's not how it works. I was gonna say,
who is the CEO of Starbucks? Who is that?
I don't know. Why?
I can't even remember. I know he was running for president because he was like terrified of Bernie at the time. So he was like,
Yeah, I don't dedicate like brain capacity to knowing who the CEO is of companies like that. I just don't care enough to like commit space to it. I was gonna say this episode is brought to us by like Just Okay Coffee. Like it's not good, but it's okay. It's what I'm drinking.
yeah, and you brewed it at home, so you saved yourself some money.
The best coffee is like cheap coffee that you make at home.
Nickel coffee. Nickel Folgers.
Yeah, not... Dude, I would totally drink like dirty diner, greasy spoon coffee all day over anything that they make at Starbucks. I can't even tell you the last time I'd been to a Starbucks.
Dog, I was in that drive-thru ordering larges and smalls and stuff. Like, I was...
Like today?
And that's like... Yeah. Yeah,
You go to Starbucks a lot?
Okay, so...
Are you like...
No.
Like Karen? Like,
No.
especially like... It's November, so they get like pumpkin spice. Are you...
PSL. I am a PSL enthusiast.
Is that pumpkin spice lover?
No, it's pumpkin spice latte, you
Oh.
see. And you say it so often that it becomes an acronym.
Oh. Let's actually... That would be an abbreviation, because an acronym is a word that is can be pronounced. So you can't say PSL as a word. So it's just an abbreviation. Oh, yeah.
Is the FDA an acronym?
No, that's an abbreviation, bro.
Oh, NASA.
Yeah,
Is
yeah,
that
there you go,
technically an
NASA,
acronym because
yeah.
it like became
Perfect
Yeah,
example.
yeah. It's like a
Yeah,
word.
so like NASA, you can say the abbreviation, therefore it becomes an acronym.
Okay, so drop Sadie off at the old groomers today.
Okay. I didn't know that was like a person. until you said
No,
groomers.
I
It's like Sadie's like a really unkept person, you know? So you dropped your dog, you're taking your dog to the groomers.
Yeah. Okay. So I had also quit a position fairly recently. And then after I had quit that position, my supervisor was kind enough to oblige me with a gift card, which like awesome. Like I don't want to sound ungrateful for it, but like it's just one of those things that like if someone knows
That's a nice gesture.
Yeah, no, like, and like, I wanna contextualize that before I go into this like ever expected tirade that I tend to go on. That like, very appreciated, but like, a Starbucks gift card is you got an ask, so let's hear.
I was gonna can I ask how much it was for?
It was $15. So like honestly, like I mean that's a higher bar than like most places I feel like would even do. Like
Sure.
most of the time they would have just like done like the bare minimum of $5 and been like
Yeah. Well, I was gonna say like either it was $5 and maybe your supervisor paid for it out of their own pocket, but anything more than $5 I feel like would have been a company sponsored sort of thing.
Yeah, I feel like there's always a little bit of a spending account behind these things because, like, you know, tax avoidance, it's the American way. But
It's a write-off.
Word up to that.
Yeah. Sure.
Math.
All right, I'll shut up. I'd like derail your story every time. So like,
no, we'll just keep like it's like a carousel. We go, we have some fun, and then we come right back to where we were. Every single time.
Okay. So you got $15 Starbucks gift card because you
got
left your
this
job.
$15.
It's kind of like a parting gift.
Yeah. And it's like, I don't know, to me, when I get like a gift card like that, it's like, I don't know if it's a step above or below like a Walmart gift card. It's like it just truly says like I know absolutely nothing about you, so I just like got you a thing. Like it's like here's
The
like
Starbucks
a very
one or the Walmart one?
I feel like both. Like it's kind of in that like
just gift cards in
genre of
general?
like well, yeah, but like I feel like okay, if you get someone like a gift card to like GameStop, or like if you get someone a gift card to like I'm trying to think like
Yeah, like an
the
interest-based
container
location.
yeah, like the container
Like
store, because you're like
something
an
that reflects-
organized person. Like you're
Yeah.
like you're about something and they are addressing
Acknowledging that, yeah, they're acknowledging it and like, hey, I know you as a person, I know you would like this, therefore I got you a gift card to this place. Whereas like Starbucks, it's like, you fucking drink. Like, you eat and drink, right? Well,
you like food and or beverages.
or Walmart too. It's kind of like, I don't know what they like, but they'll find it at Walmart.
Everything's at Walmart.
Yeah.
But so I got it and I was like, okay, like I was very appreciative. Like, I mean, I'm working overnight, so like I don't even see my like quote unquote supervisor at all. So like
Yeah.
it's not a condemnation of my supervisor in and of herself. It's just a phenomenon that I've noticed. If you don't know something about someone, you get them like a
Right.
Walmart
Yeah,
card.
oh, totally.
Or
Yeah.
Starbucks
This isn't a new thing that happened today.
This is
Like,
not relevant.
you didn't discover this. This has been happening since like the dawn of gift cards. Yeah.
Yes.
Still
Which
totally
is
a
kind
nice
of the
thing they did for
beauty
you.
of gift cards. But there's this other problem with gift cards where it's like, hey, you now have a chore and you're going to this place whether you like it or not. You have to shop for your own gift.
Yeah. That's awesome.
Which, once again, like, I don't want to be ungrateful for getting stuff. I
We're
want
like
to
threading the needle very
reiterate.
carefully. Yeah, we're threading the needle very carefully. Talking a lot of shit about gift cards, but not this gift card.
This gift card was very much appreciated. I will have that known.
Yeah.
So I got this gift card, and I shit you not, like 4 separate occasions I tried to spend this thing. And I live very close to one, like a mile away. And I would make a specific trip to go to Starbucks, and then would drive by and see like literally a 20 or 30 car lineup. And I'm telling you, I was strategizing. I was going at different times to the same Starbucks to be like, okay, this time I caught him slipping, you know, like this time, this is it.
Yeah.
There is no way there's going to be a line. It's noon on a Friday. Yep. Sure. No, there's a line. Oh, you better believe there's a line. It just kept happening.
Yeah. It happened today too.
Happened today too. I happened to be over at the girlfriend's place, and so I'm like, okay, it's a different Starbucks. You know, maybe it's a little different. Maybe there's hope. There's hope to be had. I've tried different times. Now I'm going to adjust the locations. Nope, it's 100% always liberal happy hour at Starbucks, 24/7, all day, every day. It's insane. It is absolutely insane how long that line is all the time. I can't avoid it. This time.
I feel. Oh, go ahead.
No, you go. You go.
Oh,
Cut me off, baby.
say,
we got a long time going. So.
I just feel like, this weekend especially maybe cause for celebration for liberal happy hours.
Yeah. I
Like, folks maybe deserve it a little bit.
Oh,
but
yeah.
I also identify with how often there's lines, because, like, I'm more familiar with the Target.
It's even
the Target
in
Starbucks.
Separate states this shit is happening.
Oh, yeah, this is cross-continental issues. But in my experience, every time I go to Target, I love Target, by the way, they have Starbucks in them.
Yeah.
Target, I won't call it that. I'm not that. That's not what I am, or what I'm all about. But every time I go shopping, I'm just like, hey, I just want like a quick, like, black coffee. That's it. I just like to have coffee in my hand when I shop. It costs like $2. It's not too expensive. So I go to the Starbucks and the Target just to make a quick trip. And every time I'm there, there's maybe a line of 5 people, which doesn't sound like a lot, but they station like one high school kid working behind the counter, and 5 people might as well be like 40 cars in a drive-thru for this kid. And I've waited a couple times because, I don't know, I think I learned over time that it doesn't matter how many people are there. If there's like 2 people there, I'm not getting through that line in less than 10 minutes.
Okay, do you feel like there's a hierarchy of Starbucks workers? Like the remedials go to the Target Starbucks.
Wait, what do you mean? Like the people that shop at Starbucks?
No. I'm talking on a worker level, which, I mean, worker solidarity forever. But I'm saying that, like, the remedials of the Starbucks Corporation get sent to the, like, secondary locations within. Like, you aren't fully Starbucks. You're like a tar Starbucks. You're a Jewel Starbucks.
Yeah, I feel like Starbucks could really get into the market of like the frugal working class if all they did was, so they have like the normal line that everyone's used to, and then they have a separate line just for people that don't want any of the frilly bullshit, and they can just get into the non-frilly bullshit line and get their black coffees, or, you know, maybe like a latte. Like a latte is the extent to which you can customize your coffee in line number 2.
Or you do like, there's like a special line. So if you have like a modification that you put on a regular drink, because like that's a whole other subgroup of Starbucks goers.
So 3 lines then. I think 3 lines. There should be 3 separate lines.
Pro segregation.
This is like the one instance where segregation would come in handy. This is the first time it would work out for the better of society, and Starbucks is bottom line. But yes, okay, so 3 lines. So the normal line that people can ask for their customized soy milk crap. My line, just for like, I want a black coffee. All you have to do is pour it out of the carafe and put a lid on it, and I'm on my way. It takes like 30 seconds. And then the other people that are like, yeah, ordering from the menu as is. Because I don't want my line to go away. Because still making like pumpkin spice lattes and stuff takes a long time. Like making it as is still takes a long time. So I want my line, and I would go to Starbucks more if this was a thing. Totally. But instead I'm going to like Dunkin' Donuts because I don't care about that. So I just want like a black, simple coffee and be on my way.
Caffeine.
Yeah. So that's my little soliloquy about Starbucks lines. I think they could. I think
there's some opportunities.
They should send us a royalty check for this.
Really, we're true innovators. Pro segregation, Starbucks. Which like,
well, like segregation isn't. There's not inherently race implications in the word segregation, is there?
Oh, I would say now, yeah. I would say,
well,
like,
but in like Merriam-Webster's dictionary definition of segregation is.
Ooh, I don't know. I would say that like discrimination would be a less loaded word. than segregation. Because, like, I mean, I discriminate against, like, those people that I perceive to be racist. Like, I just, like, inherently, like, if I get, like, even a mild read off someone and I'm like, then, like, yeah, I'm going to discriminate against you for, like, the next 6 months. Like, maybe you'll prove me wrong. Like, I'm going to hold it back. I'm not going to just, like, full on, like, start screeching in your face and, like, shitting on your floor. But, like, it's been noted. Like, no matter what, it's been noted.
Yeah, no, I only ask because if I need to, like, walk back some of your use of the word segregation. But I think we're okay. I think we're on the line. Because I don't think race is a part of the actual definition of segregation. The way, because what I learned recently about the word lynch, so you can hang a person and you can lynch a person, and they both mean the same thing, sort of. But lynching has more of a racial connotation. You know, unfortunately, it's a part of American history, but the word lynch has the association of hanging black people. And the word hanged is more just a general way to execute someone.
Yeah, and I want to say actually lynching. No, I'm gonna have to walk that thought back. That was gonna be like a little something, but I'm already kind of correcting myself because I was gonna like kind of quote-ish like a Behind the Bastards, like Behind the Police. I think I sent that to you.
Probably. You send me like a podcast every couple days to listen to.
Yeah,
like an action that takes you 5 seconds to do takes me an hour to like follow through on. It's like you just need to click share and send it, and then I need to sit down for an hour and like take a part of my day.
Episode 1 of this, I sent it and I fully assumed people weren't gonna watch the whole thing. It was just like fully like resigned to like not dig like calling Obama a war criminal or something. Like, who knows? Like, what's gonna be the turnoff? Like,
yeah, some people may find that off-putting, I suppose.
Yeah.
You didn't call Obama that a war criminal. You just said, hey, maybe he's making backroom deals at gunpoint, and I can't confirm it.
That ended up resulting in war crimes. So.
Right.
And here we are dissuading people from listening again.
We were talking about the segregated lines at Starbucks. Came from you. So your experience, you had, I mean, this is all raw for you because you were at Starbucks today trying to use this gift card.
Yes. And I literally just wanted to get rid of it. I was like, hey, like, appreciate the gesture, but like, I don't really like care for the experience that Starbucks is trying to deliver. Like, it is incredible and amazing. Like, it's cool to like have a milkshake that also gets you high on caffeine. Like, cool. Like, fun.
Yeah.
Like, I'm down as shit for that. So, drop the dog off that has a person's name, Sadie, at the groomers. Not a actual human person at the groomers. So
in my version that's going in my head, I just picture a disheveled.
Best part of naming your dog a human name is that people have to like guess when you're talking about it. It's like, yeah, me and Frank, like, I took Frank out to shit and he was like,
he keeps licking his own ass. I can't get him to stop.
He just like, and in front of me all the time, I'm like, can you just like have like a little more grace and decency, homie? Like, it's, I don't want to see you like in your whole asshole. Like, come on.
Frank's being really aggressive to the mailman.
Endless joy. Word to the wise, everyone, name your pets after people. Fun facts.
But then, like, plot twist, Frank is actually a person. This person who licks his ass and argues with mailmen.
Hey, man, whatever floats your boat, bro. Like, I'm not gonna judge. So, drop Sadie off at the groomers, and then they let me know, they were like, hey, it's going to be like 45 minutes to an hour before she's going to be done. Could be longer. Just kind of depends. And I was like, okay, totally fine. I'm going to go, fill up my gas tank, do this, do that. And there's a Starbucks, like, basically in the parking lot.
Oh.
And I'm like, fat line on that. Like we were saying before, it's just a constant state of affairs. And I'm like, you know what? I have like an hour to burn. Like, if there's any time to be going to Starbucks, like, I'm standing in it right now. Let's go to Starbucks and get rid of
Cosmos
this gift card.
aligned. This is the time. You've tried 4 other times, but today's the day, baby. You got all $15 to spend. You're set yourself up with a Starbucks smorgasbord.
I'm like, yeah. And I'm pre-planning this shit. I'm like, hey, I got $15. I'm going to get a drink for later. I'm going to get a drink for now. I'm going to get something.
Get one of those cake pops.
Yep.
Cake pops for the road. Yeah.
The whole thing. The whole McCoy. So I'm sitting there and I'm waiting for the line. I'm like, looking at some menus and, just kind of, and for whatever reason, like, Starbucks parking lots are always just like a little extra cramped, it feels. I don't know if anyone else has noticed this.
No,
like, there's
good.
like,
yeah, now that you say it, I hadn't thought of it, but Starbucks parking lots are usually, like 10, not even 10 stalls, like 10 stalls max to park. And then like a 5-foot wide clearance for the drive-thru. And the drive-thru line like runs through the parking lot.
Yep. And so like, we're going through the line, we're moving up. It's almost game time. Like, you know how you got the little preview board before the real like game time board? Like, so I'm
with the advertisements. So you're getting close.
I'm building myself up. I'm one car behind. I'm looking at the preview board. It's been a while. It's like, I don't go to Starbucks.
Sure.
So I'm trying to put myself on this like debate pedestal of, okay, do I get the creme brulee one, or do I get this, or do I get the, because I always have such a hard time. When I go out to eat with my girlfriend, I have to order second every single time because I need like that like anticipatory pressure to actually make a decision.
So what is it about going second that helps you?
I guess like I try and differentiate my order on the basis of her order, because she almost never finishes her thing, so I always get like kind of two meals.
It was like strategy.
Yeah, it's like a little bit of strategy, but then it also just kind of like forces me like, okay, she got chicken, so I'm just gonna get something like the opposite of that. Or
like she got the mashed potatoes, so I'm gonna get the baked, but I'm gonna get the baked potatoes. So she got the mashed potato. Now you get both.
Yep. Up until I've been to a place enough to where like I have an opinion, like I have a strong opinion, like, no, those mashed potatoes are bomb. There's something they're doing back there to those mashed potatoes that are, it just far exceeds whatever you were expecting on mashed potatoes.
Yeah, that's like me at Cracker Barrel.
Yeah.
Like I could sit down at Cracker Barrel and I immediately know what I'm going to order. And I don't even order the same thing every time. I just have a good familiarity of the Cracker Barrel menu to where I know like what pieces are at play and what pieces I want to put into the game.
There's a whole strategery game when you overthink everything.
Yeah. Again, going back to the curse of an anxious mind, I suppose.
Yeah.
So you're getting close to ordering.
Yeah, it's happening. Like this, this is it. It's game time. And still, I get up to that window, the like order box, and I'm like, so like my first my first entry into any drive-through like speaker is, hey, is it all right if I take a couple moments? Because like I want to respect their time too. Like I don't want to just be that dickhead sitting in, because I worked a drive-through. I used to be the guy behind it, and I used to sit there and be like, okay, like order. I can empathize with that position. I worked it for a year and a half plus.
Sure.
Like the full time in high school was the drive-through king for a little bit.
Oh, dude, I think that should be a necessary part of our like lives.
Yes.
You know how there's like some countries where it's mandatory for you to serve in the military for a certain amount of years, like South Korea. I feel like it should be mandatory for Americans to serve in the food service industry and retail for like a couple years. Yeah, like we turn 16. Okay, now it's time for your service, and you gotta like go to McDonald's and work the drive-through, or go fold t-shirts at Target.
Yep.
Without coffee because the line's too long.
120%. I would even go as far as to say that you should have to do it like, if you want to like file taxes, you have to also file the fact that you worked like your 2 weeks of service every year, just so like everyone gets a rotation every single year and exposes
like a hunter's
them.
license or something.
Like you got to keep it current. Like
yeah.
I digress.
I just think there's so many lessons that you learn in retail or food service that so many people miss out on, which is why we see the Karen meme so much now.
Yep.
Is you have a whole generation of people who had a lot of things just given to them. They didn't have to work too hard for it. There was a lot of pieces in play that just cater to them their whole life. So when they're met with mild inconvenience, they
freak out.
They freak out, yeah. And I think it'd be hard pressed to find a person who served in food service or retail freak out like a Karen. Because when you work in food service or retail, it's like you're cultivating like empathy and patience and living or working in like a hierarchy and respecting these, I don't know, like the institution of cashier and manager, supervisor, like all that crap.
Or knowing the amount of people, processes, and steps that it actually takes to get you your ranch to dip your fries in. Like it takes 4 separate people to all line up in perfect synchronicity. Prep cook had to get it portioned ahead of time. The fry cook has to have time to pour it out. The server has to have time to go back and grab it. And people don't understand
staff
it.
need to like clean that at the end of the night and like.
Yep.
Yeah.
Or the dishwasher needs to have enough ramekins, because let me tell you, if you've never heard of the word ramekin, you need to stop complaining in restaurants for the rest of your life. Because it, like, having worked a dish pit as well, it's the bane of your existence. It is the bane of your existence. Like, you know how everyone's like, oh, you know how you like rinse your spoons and they splash you in the face? Like, imagine doing that 400 times every hour, and filled with various either spicy or creamy sauces blasting you in the face.
Oh, gross.
Yeah. Oh, ooh, the hell pits you see.
And just living, speaking of hell pits, industries that abide by the rule the customer is always right.
Yep.
Even when they're wrong.
And, yes, and can't even be educated out of it.
A whole population of people that believe that and are self-aware of how institutionalized that motto is, that they go into the restaurant or retail and they know this, so they're like, okay, how can I manipulate this to get what I want. Or the fucking people that don't even go in wanting like a good deal or anything. They go in wanting to like exact revenge on the nameless worker making minimum wage because like their mom didn't hug them enough as a child. And they're like, I'm gonna go somewhere where someone is forced to interact with me.
Yeah.
Fuck, dude.
But yeah, I would say just briefly, and I hope this doesn't offend any sensibilities, but I feel there's a certain pendulum swing in the opposite direction kind of happening, because there are so many people like our age that like are starting to like kind of get it, like, and empathize a little bit more. I think that there is a little bit of I don't even know what to call it. It's like a other than like a pendulum swing, I guess, like mildly in the other direction of like there are some people who are truly dropping the ball in these like positions as well. And I think it's a quiet riot, so to speak, of people feeling very unheard and underappreciated, and then it just ends up manifesting as just like, I mean, at a certain point, people aren't going to care about a job that's underpaying them, you know? And I would never fault anyone on that regard, and that's why I would prefer some things change in our society, but you know, good luck on that one.
Company loyalty is dead in the United States, especially with people like our age, because we're not getting pensions. We're all doing like 401ks. So I read,
if you're
actually
that lucky, if you're that lucky,
yeah, people our age actually move jobs much more frequently now, where it's like 2 years on average is the average amount of time that someone 20 to 30 spends in a position before they get a new one. Yep.
As a personal example, I've never worked a job longer than 2 years. And, I mean, that's also backed up by the literal fact that I want to say there was a study conducted, and they tried to analyze people's wages between moving companies and staying at the same one for, like, you know, kind of in a loyalty sort of a sense. Mm-hmm. And loyalty was actually correlated with being underpaid, because essentially, like, an institution will just like start taking advantage of you, give you more and more responsibilities, exploit you for those responsibilities, profit off you, and then eventually you're like, I'm being underpaid by like X and X degree, and then they're like, okay, then just quit, and then they've already profited off of you, and it's almost the best possible scenario that you just move on and quit versus getting, you know, fat pay raises for taking on new responsibilities and trying harder. Whew. That was a whole all right, so we're still at the orders. Order speaker.
It's the longest fucking story.
Meandering.
Whoever expected, hey, Ben's trip to Starbucks told in an hour.
It's almost as long as I was in that line right now, actually.
Yes. Got him.
Got him. So I'm at the speaker to just rein it back in real quick. I'm at the speaker.
So you're at the speaker. I had something I wanted to say earlier too. So okay. You said it's standard practice for you when you go into a drive-thru, right when you get to the speaker, you say, "Hey, can I get a minute?"
Yeah, something to that effect. A lot more what is that? Diplomatically, but yes, effectively, like, can I get a minute?
So what I just love is you totally empathize with the food service worker inside the building, and you're totally self-aware of the fact that the line is really long. But what you did not acknowledge is the person behind you in their car.
I don't even care.
Also, waiting in line, and the fact that you had 4 other instances to figure out what you were gonna get at Starbucks on your other failed attempts. So this is like, how long have you had the gift card for?
I've had it. It's probably going on a month, and then I finally got that wild hair up my ass that I'm like, I want this out of my this out of my wallet. Yeah. Like,
so you had like a month to figure out what you were going to order.
Yeah, I could have looked it up online. I could have there's so many opportunities I had, but this is where I was just like, all right, I'm finally here. I got up to the speaker box. Like, you schlubs are stuck behind me.
All time comes to a halt.
Yeah, it's finally happening. It's finally happening.
Yeah.
So I'm surveying. She's super cool about it. She's like, yeah, take your time. So I'm sitting there surveying, I order my large something for drinking now. I get myself a tomato mozzarella sandwich, I get a little. And meanwhile, and anyone who goes to Starbucks enough knows that this is like some absolute rookie bullshit, is I'm ordering smalls, larges.
Oh, don't even give yourself crap for small, large, medium, whatever.
Yeah, that's
this meme's been drilled into the ground by a lot. Yeah, this meme's been drilled into the ground by a ton of other content creators. But Starbucks is like branding of sizes is so fucking stupid. Yeah, don't even put yourself down for not ordering the venti and the grande, which the grande is smaller than the venti.
We should just rebrand this entire thing as like corporate consultants for Starbucks. Like, hey, change this. Like, what are you doing?
Yeah, they're gonna cut us a royalty check for all the feedback that we've offered them today.
Oh yeah, I'm feeling 5-6 figures coming to us. These pure gold.
Sure. So yeah, you're not a rookie. You're just a normal person. Uses like the standard naming conventions for sizes.
True.
So.
True. So I order. She's super nice about the whole thing. We're like having a little banter in between about like I just like really want to burn this gift card and yeah, thank you for putting up with my like total lack of knowledge.
Sure.
So then I round the corner and there's like a couple cars, like there's a bit of a gap of cars. So I know I've sat by that speaker a little bit longer than I probably should have, but I move
That's
up.
when my anxiety kicks in the drive-thru. Is when the gap of cars gets too big between me and the one in front of me.
Because every single person sitting behind you is like measuring that gap. They're like, oh yeah.
And I start thinking about like, what could I have done better? I should have been more efficient. I could have done something better.
Yeah. Yep. So I'm pulling up. Finally, I'm about to get this gift card out of my wallet. Mm-hmm. It's gonna be over. I make a Facebook status about all this stuff, like while I'm waiting in line, because I'm in line for 45 minutes. Like I got time to just be like bullshitting around with people all over my Facebook feed. Order comes out to $15.15, so I'm like real good on my math too. I'm like, wow, that was like I like really assembled like a nice order to like burn this gift card, not have anything left over, and also like not go over to where I have to like give money to this institution. Like I don't want to do that.
Sure.
So pull up, and then the cashier looks out at me, there's like a bit of a smile behind her eyes, and she says, "Hey, sir, your order's actually been taken care of by the car in front of you." And if my eyes just bulge out of my head, I am flabbergasted at this news. And I still have the gift card.
That's such a nice thing to do for someone.
I've never had something so wholesome happen to me that made me so irate that I almost told her, no, charge me. No, you're going to charge me right now for this. So then, to sublimate my anger, I just took it out on the car behind me. I was like, all right, cool. I'm not paying for the car behind me because first off, Ohio license plate. You can't trust anyone from Ohio. Like the.
So.
And I said something.
Jesus Christ. There's so many. I'm feeling so many emotions right now. I can't even. Just because you've. Like, who's the villain of this story?
Oh, I am.
I don't know. Yeah, like you were the hero, but now you're the villain.
So, but to be fair, I gave her all of the money in my wallet. It just happened to be $2 that I had left over. I was like, if I could give you more of a tip, like, I want to pass along the good vibes, but like, people in this town don't need a handout. Trust me. Like, people are doing plenty fine around this area.
Yeah.
Gave my workers a little how do you do, and I like even explained that to her, and like I could just like read it on her face. She's like, I don't give a shit. Just like get out of here. Like, I don't care about your reasoning for doing any of this. Like, I just told you just got free food and drinks, and like you're giving me like a diatribe about like how you're passing.
You're trying to like ease. You're trying to ease some of your guilt and help her process, because you're in a moment right now, but you're trying to like pass some of the burden onto this drive-through worker, and she's not having it.
Yeah, just because I'm like shitting on people from Ohio to some poor Starbucks worker who's like. She's like, I don't even know how to process this right now. I'm like, bitch, you and me both. Like,
yeah, she's also mining her brain for like stereotypes about Ohio that she's like, dude, there's something about Ohio that I don't know. Because there's not like a well-known stereotype about Ohio.
Which is a stereotype in and of itself about Ohio, is there's nothing to tell you about Ohio.
Right, but nothing. I don't think the car behind you deserved to be to feel your wrath just because they're from Ohio.
Well, the other thing I was worried about too was like I was gonna like pass along the karma train, and then they were gonna be ordering like $70 worth of drinks for the office, and then I would be on the hook for that. And I'm like, and they all work at like Chase Bank or something and making like $600,000 a year.
And like, I'm not gonna shit on your financial position, but like, you shouldn't have to like, just because the car ahead of you is in a financial position to pay for a car doesn't mean you are in a financial position to pay for a car. And just because you receive that doesn't obligate you to do anything. Yeah. And you like made an attempt. So
I really tried. I paid the people. I was like, hey, here's a
Yeah.
couple bucks. It's all I got. Like, if I could have rang it up on my card, like, is there any way to just, like, swipe through on the tip jar at Starbucks?
Yeah.
Like, that would have, I mean, that would have just held up the line even more. Like, hey, can you explain to me, am I able to?
What are some of my options here? I'm in a bit of a pickle as far as like
I'm in an ethical dilemma right now. I have a two-track problem, the trolley problem, if you will. So yeah, I still have the $15 gift card, so maybe we'll have a part 2 to this. If you come up to me and mention this episode, I'll buy you Starbucks. So. How about that? And then we both can have a bit of an experience.
But only up to $15.
No more. I don't want to go broke.
If someone finds you after that $15 is gone, they're SOL.
Yeah.
Because the karma train ends with you.